Good morning, afternoon, and evening, and everything in between. I'm the Canadian, back with another N-scale video review. Today I'm going to be looking at a couple of locomotives, so it's kind of like a two-for-one kind of thing. They are the same locomotive, they're just different decos. But in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at two of Kato's SD70ace. The two that I have today, one is the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, which I will take out of its respective box here. Oops. And adjust the camera. Oops. And the second one is the Union Pacific George Bush Presidential Library and Museum in the iconic Air Force One colors. Ooh, fix this coupler there. I've had both these locomotives for a while now. Both of which I do feature on the same train. I do have them on my intermodal, which is mainly featured on the my main layout. There. Get my lighting in view here. But yeah, these are both very nice locomotives. They have the exact same detail. They are the same mold. They are both the cab high-mounted headlights. They both have the same antennas and everything. The one I will be focusing on is the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, but then I will be taking a look at number 4141 just for its aesthetics. So with the Burlington Northern Santa Fe, we see it here in its swoosh paint scheme. Here, and it's a very, this is my favorite of the Burlington Northern Santa Fe paint schemes. That and the executive one, which is the cream and green. But this is the swoop paint scheme, which is, I believe, their current one. So I will get my pointy out here, which I did find, by the way. And we'll take a look at it. So this locomotive, which is very nice, is the Kato SD70ace Burlington Northern Santa Fe Swoop. And taking a look at the paint here, we're going to go into that first. It is very nice and crisp. It's very glossy, so it gives it that new locomotive feel. So we have the orange nicely applied here. And then the black as well here is very glossy. And then the yellow pinstriping here is tamper-graphed on with the BNSF logo there, and you can see around the black of the BNSF there is a very thin, very thin yellow striping going around the letters and the logo. The number here, 9376, is placed on there very nicely, and as well as the pinstriping along the bottom here. And we do have safety markings here. We do have along here an SD70ace logo there, and then a white safety marking. There is no writing on that at all. It's just a white square to resemble. There are safety markings placed along the hood of the car, or not the car, the locomotive. They are small, and unfortunately I'm not able to read them. Then we have this larger one back here. I am also not able to read that without magnifying, which I do not have handy here. Going along to the back here, we do have that pinstriping that continues to the back. And then we do have the back railings here, molded in yellow, whereas the side ones are molded in black. And we do have the number here, 9376, right below the yellow stripes. And then above the yellow and the black here, we do have the rear taillights as well. As well in the back, we do have the coupler, which is a long shank Kato coupler, and then separately applied plastic MU hoses. I'm trying to get lighting here to see that. You can sort of see it. The other side here, it's basically the same thing as the previous side. Main difference is here we do have the brake wheel, separately applied brake wheel at the back here below the radiator fans. We do have the same safety striping along here, all the way up to the front in the same detail. Looking at the bottom, or actually before the bottom, I should look at the front. The front here, as you can see, you have the roof-mounted number boards and headlights. There are some that are a nose-mounted headlight and does feature a seam in the cab here for a separated cab. The top of the nose here is a flatter black than the rest of the locomotive. That resembles the anti-glare. You do have these stanchions going up to the top of the front end. They are molded on. And then separately applied yellow handrails on the nose and front handrails featuring the ditch lights, as well as the front of the step there. And then another BNSF logo tampographed on the front. And then, again on the front, we have the long shank Kato coupler, as well as the plow with molded in MU hoses on the front. Going to the bottom here, we do see the underframe with the fuel tank molded in silver, and then the trucks are silver as well. It's an all-wheel pickup, all wheels powered, as most majority of Katos are. And being a Kato, it is also a very reliable locomotive. Looking at the top, you have the PTC antenna array and another antenna up there in a glossy white, separately applied. And you do see the nice molded detail along the top. The horn, a 5-chime horn, separately applied. Going to the back, does have the ACE flares on the radiator and the 2 fans, and then the main fan at the back, painted in silver. That pretty much covers the Burlington Northern one. I'll bring up number 4141. Now this locomotive, as you can see, is painted in the Air Force One color scheme for the George Bush 41 Presidential Library and Museum. It is under the Union Pacific Railway. And this is actually my first form of heritage locomotive I've ever gotten. It's also the first SD70ace I got. I wanted an SD70ace. I wanted something different. I saw this at one of my local train shows, and I bought it. And I have not regretted it since. So I'm just going to be, as this locomotive is the same as the Burlington Northern one, the only thing I'm going to be covering on this one is the deco. So as you can see here, it's in the Air Force One color scheme, white with the swooped teal blue, the very, very pale sky blue and silver. The roof here is painted in silver with some of the white all the way down. The radiators all the way to the back. And the blue covers half the cab with a gold pinstripe and light blue. That continues all the way down where the silver picks up and also meets the teal blue as well. That teal blue becomes a stripe and wraps around the entire locomotive, as well as the silver, which wraps around and ends at the same spot on the other side. And then, yeah, the bottom is molded silver trucks and underframe and fuel tank. All the hand railings are molded in silver with the same top-mounted ditch lights there, silver plow, long shank couplers. And the markings on here are very crisp as well. As you can see, the George Bush Presidential 41 there. The American flag on the back of the locomotive. Going up to the front here, it does have the same safety markings as the BNSF. But this one has the Union Pacific logo on the back of the box here, and then the presidential crest on the front. There. Looking at the front of the locomotive here, as you can see, the blue, the blue, the teal, and the gold with the Union Pacific crest up there. Top mounted number boards and headlight. And you can see the coupler and the snowplow. Second side, same as the other. Main difference is the separately applied silver brake wheel at the back. Again, you have the presidential logo, Union Pacific logo, this time under the cab. And another thing I forgot to feature as well, the 4141 number there. Going to the back, you have the rear headlights, UP 4141 on each side there, on the slat right next to the sand filler hatches, that blue stripe that continues around with the gold underneath. And then the back of the handrails are molded in silver again. You can see that silver going around. So that's pretty much covered the look and the aesthetics of these locomotives. Let's take it over to the layout and see how they run. As I untangle everything here. I felt old when I did that. Okay, so here we are at the layout. Terrible lighting and all. So let's get these on the track. Start off with, I'm going to be grabbing the BNSF locomotive and setting her down here. And making sure the track is on DC. I don't know how well you can see it. It's getting dark earlier these days, and I use natural lighting. Oh. I had a switch thrown, and it just hit my buffer car. I didn't check that before I took it to the layout, so I'll just deattach that. There we go. Now it's going to go on the proper track. So you can see the headlight and ditch lights do light up on it. And then I'm going to bring this forward. You can see the tail light light up as well. So that is the Burlington Northern Santa Fe. Let's bring out number 4141. Set this on the track here. Pop it forward. And as always with these Kato locomotives, they're always a reliable runner. I've hardly had any trouble with any Kato locomotive. So I'll slow her down here, and then I'll pop her in reverse. Ooh, just popped off the track here. That was unexpected. Let me just put her back on here. There. There we go. Just take her a little slower. And here she comes. Now, just for the heck of it, I am going to put both of them on together, just to see how well they are the same mechanism, but I would like to show if they... And they do run together pretty well. Oh, and this one jumped off the track again. Okay, maybe it doesn't like being on this layout. But other than that, it runs pretty well. So that has been my 2-for-1 review of the Kato SD70ace, Burlington Northern, and Union Pacific 4141. If you like this video, click on that like button. If you want to see more of these, click on that subscribe button. I got some more videos, as well as some running operation videos. And as always, I always encourage you to leave a comment down below with your ideas, thoughts, and opinions. You can also check out my Instagram page, a Canadian A, link in the description below. I have some projects going on there as well, so you can go over, click the follow button, and show that page some love. But that has been everything on this video, so I will see you in the next one.